of Dryland training. Today you'll need a little bit of equipment, specifically a set of dumbbells and some hurdles and markers to use for later on in our workout. So let's get started with our warm-up. For our warm-up, so you're going to do 5 exercises. We're going to repeat those 3 times. So we're going to start off with the lateral lunge. So we're going to go into our lateral lunge. Our outside hand's going to go down. We're going to open up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to come back out of that. So let's do 5 rounds per side. So we go down, toes face forward, open up towards the ceiling, and back up. Making sure our knee stays over top of our toe, and our hip stays over top of our knee. 2 more. Awesome. Let's do the same thing on your other side. We step into our lunge, we open, and back. Keeping those toes forward, chest stays tall. 2 more on this side. Excellent. Next, we're going to start warming up our hips. So we're going to be on our hands and knees. These are called hip cars. Hands are underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. Bringing that knee up towards our chest, out and around. Trying to draw a big circle with your hip. Trying to hit all the points around. We'll do 5 of these per side. 1 more. Good, and let's flip to our other side, same thing. Drag that knee up towards your chest, out and around. It's kind of like a mobility drill and an exercise for your hip. 1 more rep, full circle around. All right, we're gonna move into a butt kick and heel tap sequence. So we're gonna do 4 bum kicks, 4 heel taps, and that'll be 1 rep. We're gonna do that 10 times. So it'll look just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 1 rep. And we'll be doing that 10 times. All right, here we go. Our next warm-up drill is called dive bombers. So we're going to be in a pike position. I want us to bring our chest to the floor. We're going to drop our knees and keep our hips down, open up through our chest. Then we lift back up again, drop, and open. We're doing 10. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Our last drill of our warm-up will be on our stomachs. These are called swimmers, warming up those shoulders. We're going to start with 1 hand up above our head, 1 hand back behind us. We're going to lift, circling around, place down the ground, palms down, lift, circle around, palms down. That'll be 1 rep. We're doing 10. Lift, down, lift, down. You can rest your forehead on the ground if you wish. or keep it hovering off the ground. Try and relax your shoulder blades. Keep your shoulders out of your ears. Halfway. Keep those arms straight, palms down. Try to make a big circle as you can, reaching out in either direction. Last rep. Excellent. All right, that's one round of our warm-up. We're gonna go ahead and repeat those same 5 exercises 2 more times. All right, up next we're gonna move into our mobility drills. You will need a footstool or a stair or a box for our first mobility drill. So we're gonna start with a kneeling position, being on one knee. We're gonna elevate our other foot. Make sure that our knee is stacked over top of our foot. And we're gonna push this hip forward, squeezing through our glutes. Holding this stretch for about 30 seconds. Breathing, sitting, and standing nice and tall. Like a string is pulling you up through the ceiling. Slowing that breathing down, back for our warm-up. And you should feel a stretch right through the front of your kneeling leg. A couple more seconds here. Excellent. Let's come out of that stretch. We are going to change our legs. So foot comes stacked. Make sure our knee is right over top of our foot. Pushing this hip, bottom hip forward through the stool and squeezing through your glutes. Sitting nice and tall. Again, you should feel that stretch in the front of your quad. Breathing, shoulders pull back. 30 seconds here. Keep it going, a couple more seconds. Excellent, we can dismount from that stretch. Up next we have a Spider-Man stretch. So I want us to go into a deep lunge. Again, you'll feel a stretch through that front of that quad. Hands are on the inside of our foot. And we're gonna shift our weight back, heel down, toe up to the ceiling. Now we gotta stretch to the inside of that leg and into that hamstring. We're walking ourselves back forward and then shifting our weight back. We'll do 5 of these per side. Back forward, holding for a brief moment, and then sitting back. This one's also good to get those hips warmed up for the rest of the workout. And we sit back and forward and back. And let's switch legs, same thing, other way. We sit back and forward, back and forward, back, forward. A few more reps here. Perfect. Our next movement is a downward dog. We're gonna stretch our calves next. So hands are gonna come onto the floor. We're gonna be up on our toes. And from here, I want us to drop one heel to the floor like we're walking and marching, alternating either side. 10 per side, 20 in total. Bend and extend that knee, stretching through that calf, the back of your leg, maybe even into the bit of your heel. A few more reps here. Last 2. Excellent. Our last mobility exercise, I want you to grab a door frame and I want us to put our hand behind our back, just like so. Elbow is going to rest into that door frame. I want you to push your chest forward and we are going to tilt our neck away from that door frame. You should feel a stretch all the way down your neck into that shoulder, a little bit through that chest, holding here for 30 seconds. Keep pushing that chest forward. Shouldn't let your shoulder collapse. Push that elbow back into that door frame. Excellent. We will slowly come out of that. We will move to the other side of the door. Hand comes behind our back. Elbow goes into the door. We're going to push our chest forward, elbow back, tilt our neck away from the elbow. And there you should feel that stretch all the way down that shoulder into that pec. 30 seconds here. Keep it up, good work. And we can come out of that. Good job. Next, we're going to be moving hurdle drills. So if you don't have hurdles at home, that is fine. You just need some markers, or you can imagine some markers on the floor. So our first movement is we are going to zigzag through the cones forward. So working on some speed and quickness, making sure that we don't cross over our feet. If you have hurdles or your markers at home, make sure that you are 2 feet length away in between each hurdle so that you have enough space. All right, so for our first one, we're gonna go front zigzag. So we're gonna get nice and low, facing forward. We're not gonna cross over our feet. We are going to shuffle through the cones, or through the hurdles like that, and then we are coming back around, shuffling through, back pedaling, working on some quickness through there. All right, so let's go ahead and do this same movement 3 times. All right, here we go. All the way forward, all the way back. Getting fast with those feet. Staying nice and low. Shoulders are over top of our hips. So that's once through. Two. Make this last rep count. Stick our bum back as we go backwards. Excellent work. All right, our next drill, we're going to be doing that same movement sideways. So we're going to be facing laterally. So I want us to start on the outside of our markers. We're going to go up through the cones and back pedal through. Up through the cones, back pedal through. Making sure not to cross over those feet. Staying quick on our toes. And we are going to do that drill 3 times, there and back. Here we go. Stay nice and light. Forward and back. We plant, we push off, coming through. Staying on the balls of your feet. Nice and light, and staying low in our hips. All the way back, last time. Excellent. All right, next we're gonna work on some lateral skating hops. 1 foot, so as you can see, I've kind of spaced out my cones diagonally from each other. So you're gonna start on your outside foot. We're gonna load through that leg, we're exploding through, landing on the opposite leg on the outside, pushing through, landing, pushing through, and landing, and again. All right, so we're gonna go through that 3 times. All right, so we go down, we load, explode, load, explode, load, explode. Excellent work. Let's walk it back. Let's repeat that same drill. Same thing, load, explode, find your balance before you move to the next hurdle. 1 more time. Getting load on that leg, exploding and landing. Excellent. Let's do it 1 more time. This time I want us to go with purpose and speed. All right, fast as we can. Grabbing that stability. As we land, we push off of that leg. Here we go. All right, now we're gonna add a hopping motion to that same skating drill. So we're gonna hop over top, 2 feet. We're gonna load and push off, land with those 2 feet, jump, load, push off, jump. All right, so let's do that 3 times. We jump, we land with 2 feet, up, we push, land with 2 feet, jump, we're pushing off that 1 foot, jump, pushing off that 1 foot, jump, pushing off that 1 foot, all the way back over. 2 more times, just like that. Up, push over, up, we push over, up, push over, up, push over, All right, up next we're gonna move into our strengthening program. So you'll need a set of dumbbells at home. If you don't have dumbbells, that's okay. You can modify without or with some bands, whatever you have available to you. I'm using approximately 10 pounds, but you can use anywhere from 5 to 10. All right, so let's head into our first exercise. So you'll grab those dumbbells. We're gonna hold them at our side. We're gonna go into a reverse lunge. When I step into my reverse lunge, we're gonna step back onto my toe. We're gonna lower down. As I come up, I'm driving my knee, and we're adding a bicep curl at the top. So elbows stay in, bringing those dumbbells up to the shoulder, back down. We take that leg, we bring it down again. All right, so let's go ahead and do 6 of these per side. So I am stepping back, down, drive, and curl. That's 1. 2, make sure you point that toe up to the ceiling as you drive that knee. Lower down directly in the middle of your 2 legs. Drive and curl, keep those elbows in. Last one, and then we'll switch sides. Perfect. Same thing on your other leg. Drive that leg back and go down. Drive it up, curl. Try not to swing those weights. Keep them at your side. Down, we come back up, we drive, curl, lower. Drive that knee, toe to the ceiling, and curl. Last rep here. Excellent work. All right, up next we're gonna go into a bent over row. So you're gonna need 1 of those dumbbells. We are going to kind of go back into that lunge stance. I want you to place your forearm on your knee. Hand, thumb is pointing forward. We're gonna bring our elbow back. So I don't want to bring your shoulder up into our ears. Elbow comes back and back down. We're gonna do 10 reps, just like so. Making sure not to flare our elbow to the side. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Same thing with your other arm. We go into that lunge stance position, elbow resting. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. We pull in. 1. This is 2, 3. You should kind of squeeze behind that armpit. 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 more rep. Perfect. All right, up next we're going into a front squat to overhead press. You'll need both your weights. We're gonna rack them up on your shoulders. Toes are face forward. We're gonna rotate your knees out, so screw those hips, tighten up those glutes. We go into your squat, up and press overhead. 8 reps just like so. We go down, up. 1, 2, 3. Extend those elbows. 4, 5, 6. Weight goes on your heels. 8, 9, and 10. I give you a couple extra reps, but that's okay. The next exercise is going to be a reverse fly and a skater. So if your weights are too heavy, you can feel free to do this without weight or some water bottles in your hands. So you're gonna grab your weights, you're gonna get nice and low again. As we kick out our back foot on a 45 degree angle, I'm landing on my toe, and then I'm opening my arms straight, bring it back in. We'll do 5 of these each side, so 10 flies together. Here we go, we go back, we open 1, 2, keep those shoulders out of your ears, 3, 4, and 5. Same thing on the other side, make sure that weight stays over top, your body weight stays over top of your knee, stationary knee. This is 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, the last exercise of our circuit is plank rocks. So we're going to be down on our forearms in a plank. From here, we're gonna rock our body weight forward and backwards. So 10 of these, bum stays down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, keeping our hands apart, 9, and 10. All right, go ahead and grab some water if you need. We're gonna go ahead and repeat those 5 exercises for 2 more rounds. Thanks so much for joining me for another week of online dry land training. We'll see you guys again next week.